balancing chemical equations. We have one equation to balance for you, and there are 5 easy steps to balancing a chemical equation, and here they are. First, you need to write down the chemical equation, which is above. Second, you write down the number of elements you have on each side, which is 3, 8, 2, 1, 2, 3. Remember, if you have more than one of the same element onto each side, to remember they're both there, like the oxygen right here. Third, you're going to work on balancing the equation. Since there are at least two of each element on each side, as shown, we are going to start on the product side with the carbons. Now we are going to add a coefficient of 3 in front of CO2, which will not only change the carbon and make that equal with the other carbon, this will make us go into the fourth step, which will make the oxygen also change. The oxygen is now put from 3 to 7. And since the oxygen on this side and this side are not equal yet, we're still going to have to work with some coefficients. So we're going to put a 5 coefficient in front of O2, which is going to make the 5 and the 2 multiply, which would equal 10. And since we still have 7 over here and 10 over here, we're going to put another coefficient in front of H2O, a 4, which is going to then balance out. Then, for the 5th and final step, this 4 coefficient didn't just affect oxygen, it also affected hydrogen and made the hydrogen 8, which is equal to the other side. Now that our equation is balanced out, we have just balanced a chemical equation. But when you're balancing a chemical equation, you have to remember some rules. First, you need to determine if the correct formulas for the reactants and the products are correctly placed, and to make sure you can, or there's enough of the elements on each side. Next, when writing the formulas for the reactants on the left, you have to have the reactants and you have to have the product on this side. To separate the two formulas, you have to have an arrow pointing to the right, and you have to have an addition sign between the elements you don't want next to each other, as shown here and here. You also have to count the number of atoms on each side of the reaction correctly. The 3, the 8, the 2, the 1, 2, and the 3, which were later simplified. Next, balance the elements one at a time by using coefficients. You must not balance the equation by changing the subscripts. You cannot change the 3, the 8, the 2, or the other 2s. Make sure you check each atom to make sure the equation is balanced. And then finally, for the last step, you need to make sure all coefficients are simplified to the lowest possible number. Thank you for watching. We hoped you learned something from our presentation today. We also hope you took some rules and steps from our video into use into the future. Okay, and we just want to show you a couple more things in our thing up here. When you're multiplying, it's basically just like multiplication. The 5 and the 2 equal 10. And, since when you're multiplying a number like this, I know you would think you would be adding 6 on, but you already have 3, so you're just adding 3 more on. So, like right here, since you already have 2, you're only adding 6 more on. Well, thank you for watching.